What's going on, guys? I'm quickly recording this testimonial for my good friend now, Rula. Who am I? What do I do? My name's Rohit. I am the COO over at GrowRev Marketing. We're a paid traffic digital marketing agency. I'm going to give you the most gangster testimonial because you changed my life. One of the things that I wanted to go over is quickly give you some insight on where I was. As an entrepreneur, what you tend to do is spend a lot of time focusing on your business. It is what it is. It's the rule of the game. If you want to succeed, all of us A-type personalities are driven to be able to do that sort of stuff, and we're gifted and granted to be able to really come out on the other end with some advantages. However, what we do a lot of the times is put our personal health on the back burner. Growing up my whole life, I played sports. When it came to lacrosse, track, football, kind of anything and everything, baseball, basketball, just generally athletic person, and I was always in the gym up until I started my business. 4 years later, what I ended up realizing was when I got my blood work done at the recommendation of Rue, my cortisol levels throughout the day were about 4 times higher than the average 27-year-old at any point in the day. I had a testosterone level of 200, which we all know the base level is around 400 for a 27-year-old on average, as well as a heap of other issues such as gut issues, sleeping issues that were all related to the cortisol and things of that sort of nature. Aside from that, I had sprained my groin playing lacrosse, as well as I had messed up my shoulder where it really ruined my scapular mobility, as well as my neck. So I get a lot of neck tension when it comes to being in the gym, just pushing really hard. I would get these things called concentration headaches where you're not breathing, you're exerting too much force, and you end up in an issue. What Rue and myself first started working on was really tackling understanding not only my body's illnesses, but figuring out how my levers worked. I would like to say I'm educated on the fitness side of things. However, Rue really spends time with understanding your leverage points, right? So for myself, I've always been extremely strong on the pulling side of things as opposed to pushing, and he understood that, and he's like, yeah, you can clearly tell you have really long femurs, really wide shoulders. Of course, you're gonna be good at pulling. You're not necessarily built for pushing. And we worked around that. I had a lot of things that prevented me from doing, let's say for instance, squats would really hurt my neck. Bench pressing was terrible for my exertion headaches. My groin was always messed up when I was doing Bulgarian split squats, things like that. So we worked on not only hip mobility, scapular mobility, breathing, which was probably the most important thing. What was causing a lot of my issues, realistically, we found out later on, was due to my breathing. So I spent probably, I think, which was honestly the most powerful thing that Rue and myself have worked on is really just understanding how to breathe properly when you are working out. It's insane. My lift spiked. I had less pain, faster recovery just from breathing, right? It's ridiculous. If you haven't done that, I highly suggest talking to Rue about that when you are working with him. Other than that, one of the biggest things that I really wanted to record this testimonial for is really give you guys some reassurance on the fact that this is honestly the best thing you're ever gonna do for yourself. Not only mentally, but physically, inside of not only yourself, but it's also gonna help you in your business. Rue is incredible with helping you with not only diet, but the kinesiology side of things, understanding how many times a week can you even work out. And he is a busy business owner. I can't work out 6 days a week. So he essentially created a very specific plan catered to my needs, my wants, etc., so on and so forth. Now, of course, some of the normal kind of objections that I had, as well as anyone else, is prices is of course going to be something that you want to take into consideration. Time, location, all of these things, right? Price and timing was an issue. I travel a lot. I'm outside of the country for about six months out of the year on average, as well as price. And what it came down to a lot of the times was accountability, right? That's the hardest thing as a business owner, is really just holding yourself accountable. I'm somebody who likes to go to the gym after work, not before work, because I like to work late at night as I'm a night owl. It became him really holding me accountable to showing up and giving everything at the end of the day when you're so drained from all of the work. Now, other than that, looking back on it, I really didn't have an objection. I took the leap of faith when all of my health was really taking a toll. And just yesterday or 2 days ago, I hit a PR where I hit 90-pound incline dumbbells for 4 reps. I'm targeting a 500-pound deadlift at the end of the year with an average body weight of around 160, which is going to be insane, as well as a 3-plate squat. There are some incredible lifts that I've been able to achieve already, as well as going to be achieving by the end of the year with our goals. And Rue's been helping me do this all whilst he's in Bali. I'm not sure if you guys know, but of course he moved over to Bali over a year ago, and he's been loving life over there, helping, doing some cool stuff. And Yeah, for me, I've had nothing but an amazing experience with him. He started off as a trainer. I met him randomly by chance at a gym that I used to attend. And now, 2 years on, he's been not only my personal trainer, my chiropractor, my physiotherapist, my dietitian. He's helped me with literally everything above and beyond what I even technically should. I should probably be paying him more, but don't tell him that. And you should probably take advantage of that as well. But I really have nothing to say but good things. I've never had an issue. He's always been able to work on my time, my schedule, around all of my kind of illnesses, and really help me get back to the best form of my life. And going into 2023, that was priority number one. And till the end of this year, I'm going to have Rue training me as well, and not stopping at the end of the year, but throughout this entire year, rolling into the next, and really aiming for better, higher, more important lifts, but also just being the healthiest I've ever been in my life. So Rue, I appreciate you doing everything for not only myself, but for my business and my family around, because I'm a better person because of you.